Now, before we get into today's video, I want you guys to listen to this clip at the very start of this video. Now, I'm not directly pointing this towards Halo. This is just gaming in general as of 2022, but it does, of course, relate to Halo in its current state. So take a listen. Let me know what you think down below.
Stop making excuses for people who delayed a game for 9 months to put it out in this state. Stop. This is why games continue to come out in this state, because people like you are making excuses for people like them. It is not appropriate. This is not how video games should have to work. There are literally companies you can hire to stress test your servers for you to make sure this shit doesn't happen. Games come out unfinished because you people keep apologizing for them. Go, oh, no, it's fine. No, this big plate of spaghetti's got shit all over it, but it's fine. The spaghetti underneath still good. No, stop it. That is not how this works.
Halo Weekly, everybody's favourite show, is back again for another episode today. We've actually got quite a bit to discuss today, and things that have happened towards the end of last week, going into the start of this week as well. So let me know your thoughts on Halo Infinite as usual, but as always, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are brand new as well, but let's get straight into it. So, starting off, what was fixed, broken, or is just straight up busted right now in Halo Infinite? Well, other than the forever apparent desync issues, lag and things that we get in games at the moment with matchmaking and just general BTB problems, yeah, there's not really a lot going on other than that at the moment. It actually looks as though that lag and server issues are coming back to BTB again. Not to the extent as what they were, but they are definitely still present within the game and on the servers as well. I don't really know, to be honest, because I don't play that much Halo right now, but anyone that does, let me know in the comments if you are experiencing those issues again. But if there's anything that stands out that you want me to cover, leave a comment down below and I'll pin it to the top of the comments for everyone to see as well. But we're just going to skip over this point this week. So, on the topic of Halo, what's in the news this week? Well, starting off, 343's lead multiplayer designer has announced that he's left or is leaving 343 to pursue other things. Now, this is all of the need to know information. Halo Infinite's lead multiplayer designer has announced his departure from 343 Industries. Andrew Witt had joined the development of Halo Infinite back in 2019, overseeing the development of Halo Infinite's free multiplayer mode. In a short but sweet tweet, Witts thanked the fans in 343 for his 3 years spent at the company, and quote, "It's been an honour leading the multiplayer design team over these last years," he wrote. "Thank you to all of the Halo fans for the feedback over the years as well. We made this game for you." Witts didn't announce where he was off to next, but said he was going to take some time off to relax and recharge first. It marks yet another exit for one of Halo Infinite's senior developers. Earlier this year, we saw the game's lead narrative designer Aaron Lind leave for Riot Games, whilst creative director Tim Longo and the project director Chris Lee stepped down from their roles in 2019 and 2020. Xbox boss Phil Spencer assured fans in 2020 that turnovers in game development are a natural part of development, says that, "As an industry, we're always going to see turnover. I don't have any specific concerns about 343. I think in the long run, turnover is a healthy thing because we want people who are really motivated by the things they are working on." Very interesting though, maybe it could be a case of him just leaving and wanting a new challenge and wanting to recharge, but at the same time, it does get you thinking with the state of Halo Infinite. Could there be something else going on there? But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Now, moving on. In other news this week, we got our first details about 2 of the new books that are being added into the Halo universe. The first one being Rubicon Protocol, which is essentially the story behind the Spartans that fled the UNSC Infinity in Halo Infinite's campaign, and the ones that were surviving on the ring at the time, which will be an amazing read, and I really can't wait to break that book down and give you guys some fill in the gaps, hopefully, around some of the things that we're looking to try and answer in Halo Infinite. So maybe those Spartans would have came across things to do with the Endless, maybe they would have come across Atriox, maybe they would have told us how Atriox had survived and things like that. So I'll be bringing those things to you guys on the channel as soon as we get some details, so stick around for that. But also alongside that as well, there's another book coming to the Halo universe called Halo Outcasts, detailing the Arbiter and Vale from Fireteam Osiris' story, fighting against the Cortana's created army, and then other factions on the planet San Helios as well, which is very interesting, and I really can't wait to have a read of that one as well, and just have the Arbiter back in Halo lore. It's been a long time since Halo 5, really, that we've seen the Arbiter, but really properly since Halo 3 that we've seen the Arbiter in full form, and I do miss the Arbiter in games, and I hope he comes back in DLC as well. But anyway, I'll leave the articles in the description down below for you to go and have a read for yourself, but it is going to detail around the books and how they'll be laid out, and does give a couple of teasers as well. So, in other news as well, the Tactical Ops event is now live in Halo Infinite. On screen right now are the rewards for that event. As usual, they all look really, really good, and I will not fault the designs of Halo Mjolnir because it just always looks amazing. We've got obviously the different weapon charms and emblems and all these sorts of jazz that you would typically find within these events, and they all look really, really good. But there's only one new mode in Tactical Ops, and that's essentially another variation of Slayer. It just essentially means that you've got no shield or no motion tracker. That's it. So it's essentially SWAT that you can just kill the enemy within the body as well. So, yeah. That's it. I mean, man, they could have added infection or something into this mode, right? Like, how many versions of Slayer do we need to have in Halo Infinite right now? There are no party games in this game, which is making it very serious and very sweaty. Like, where's infection? Where's King of the Hill? Where's Griffball? Where are all these modes which we all loved to play back in the day that just allowed us to have fun on Halo? At the moment, we can still have fun playing it, but the majority of the lobbies in casual are literally like playing ranked modes because they're all Slayer, SWAT, or whatever it might be. So, yeah, that's the only irritating thing from my part, but I would have wished they added infection to this. But anyway, this event is underway right now. You can jump in and play it, do the challenges, and rank up their battle pass as well. Once it's gone, it is gone. So if you want the armor, this is the only chance you've got to play it. Now, believe it or not, we have another announcement from 343 that was made today, actually, so just before recording and editing this video. This goes into even more detail around the ranked playlist reset within Halo Infinite. It tells us how the CSR and the MMR ranking systems work in Halo Infinite, so it's really interesting to have a read through and just to understand how things do work in that sense as well. But it does also go into some information around matchmaking and what they're focused on moving forward, and a couple of new features that they're actually trying to implement to help the matchmaking experience from connection, server side as well, so it should make our experience when playing the game a little bit better. So it is as follows. 343 have said to be implementing something called True Match, which apparently should help the overall matchmaking experience and prevent things like desync and hit registration issues, lag, and etc. Anyway, we're going to go through it right now. The other big component of ranked multiplayer experience is of course matchmaking itself. As mentioned in the terminology section of the article, by the way, links will be in the description down below. The special source here in Microsoft's research is True Match. True Match is an AI-based system that learns about the matchmaking population and dynamically adjusts the parameters used during matchmaking. True Match works together with Xbox Live's Smart Match and 343 services, with the aim of giving you the best possible in terms of skill and latency. Skill is a critical part here, and the more evenly balanced the games are, the more fun they are for the players because it means their personal performance can affect the outcome. If your opponent's skill is much higher than yours, then you may end up losing severely and the match won't be fun. Of course, the opposite is also true, where if you're much higher skilled than your opponents, then there's no challenge and the game is generally not as fun either, which is a complete lie because when you're absolutely battering people, it's always fun. So I kind of know where they're going with this. Importantly, True Match also offers us the ability to include different matchmaking factors for each playlist, using configurable weights. Now, some of these weighable factors presented in alphabetical order are: the average team skill gap, makes the teams fair so that either team can potentially win each game; individual player skill gaps, determines how close all players' skills should be in the next match. It helps avoid the lower skill and higher skill players in the same game, which makes a better experience, especially for the lower skill players. Latency to data centers, ensure that all players have good connections to a common data center. Wait times, don't make the player wait too long for their matches. So essentially, in high level summary, you're going to be playing against people which are your skill level. So True Match is essentially a glorified skill-based matchmaking system which is going to be implemented into Halo Infinite, and yeah, we may not ever come against really bad players ever again unless you actually do rank up with them, which means as well if you play with people or friends with a lower skill rank, it's going to take both of your ranks into account. So potentially that's a way around it. I don't really know, but yeah, maybe the host is the person which has the skill rank, so maybe you can reverse boost on Halo Infinite going forward. I don't know, it'd be interesting to find out, but yeah, apparently when this is implemented you'll get a much better matchmaking experience connection wise, but yeah, the skill level thing may be a bit depressing. Now, moving on to a topic that I don't really want to talk about, to be honest, but we need to talk about this. Halo Infinite is in a bad place right now. We speak about this all the time, but why do we content creators always bitch about this game? It's because we love Halo, because we want it to do well, because we're frustrated that 343 didn't grab this opportunity by the bollocks and run with it. This game should, not could, should have been killing it with views, content creation, multiplayer, the community should have been huge, and ranked this year as well. Look at the views of Halo Infinite Ranked when the game first came out. It broke easily 150k watching a pro event. I want you guys to take a second and look at this tweet from Halo Canon. It's really sad to see. A YouTuber that we all know and all love just not posting anything Halo Infinite anymore. The game that came out 3 to 4 months ago from now. Halo Canon has completely stepped away and won't be playing Halo Infinite again until the foreseeable future. Until the game is fun. Halo Infinite should have been delayed until fall 2022 at the very least. If you're dissatisfied with the stage of Halo Infinite multiplayer, I suggest not playing at all. That's my plan at the moment. No Infinite until it's a better place. Until it's fun to play. A creator that's been around pretty much since the start has just stopped playing the game completely. A game that came out less than 4 months ago. I mean, I understand it, and to be honest, I have this same motivation. I haven't played Halo Infinite in a long time, probably 2 months now, because I don't feel the need or the hype to play it. I post content because I love Halo as a whole, but Infinite is letting the side down massively. The clip that I played at the start of the video is just really damn true. The reason this type of release is still happening in gaming is because the consumer and the community shrug it off and accept it. But why do we accept it? And as I said, I get it. The crunch in the gaming industry is terrible. But if that's the case and you don't want the crunch, why not develop enough content before the game releases to then release it and have enough content to release without there being a crunch? This is the biggest concern and the biggest mind boggle that the community has at the moment. Why was the game released when there was no additional content to support it? It's mind blowing. Unfortunately, the way it is that if a game company is not prepared for a live service release, then there's going to have to be some form of crunch in order to get the content out. If 343 were prepared for the live service release and had loads of content prepared and ready to go within the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, then there wouldn't need to be a crunch. This is the argument against it. The development was so bad of the game that the crunch is needed in order to keep it up. Anyway, a few things to end off this video as well. You can actually redeem now a Game Pass skin on the Game Pass hub. I think it is on Xbox and also on PC as well. So it's actually a pretty cool skin. Go redeem it if you've got Game Pass. It's completely free. So why not redeem it and use it in game if you still play the game? So yeah. But guys, let me know down below if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, speak soon guys. Take care.